Welcome to the PI Podcast, your destination for everything NFL, discussing the latest news and providing in-depth analysis of every NFL game. And now, here are your hosts, Ian and Tesh.
Alrighty. Hey guys, what is up? PI Podcast here. Ian's gonna be here in a second. Let's grab me something. What's up, Uno? Welcome, Uno. Yes, sir. Strings are back. Yes, sir. Ian got his drinky drinks. Yeah. We're gonna have a lot of things to talk about. We're gonna head. We're talk about Prizepicks. We're gonna head over to Prizepicks a little. I'm gonna switch it up. Be like, click, bam. We have. Ian mic sounds off. One sec. Talking. Isn't it picking up your audio? It should automatically be. Yeah. Keep talking. Yeah, I know Ian's mic's coming out. Thanks, Alan. It's not picking up your audio for something. Check Discord maybe. Talk on this. Just keep talking. That's weird. It's not supposed to be. It has to be, yeah. I'm hearing you clearly. It just I'm not hearing anything from the. Yeah.
Do you have
No.
maybe create a new
Oh no,
audio
no, I got
source?
it now. I got it.
Okay,
Can you
cool.
guys hear
All
him?
right,
You guys
cool.
should be able to hear him. I see a sound.
Okay, cool. Hopefully we can hear me. Now I got to go through that spiel all over again about how awesome the playoff game we went to, Jaguars home game against the Chargers, Justin
Oh,
Herbert.
yeah.
It was insane. It was electric. I wish I could, as a Jags fan, what it felt like being there, the feeling of that game winning drive. I wish I could put that. I wish everybody could experience that, especially being there and how loud it was. It was insane. Crazy, crazy game. I couldn't have asked for a better way for the Jaguar season to end, to be honest. Granted, wish we would have beat the Chiefs, didn't happen, whatever. There's issues with that. Like, how do we injure Patrick Mahomes and then allow him to completely dice us up? I don't know. But regardless, we can go ahead and start right at the AFC NFC Championship. Pratesh, what are your thoughts on the officiating of that game?
Okay, so first of all, I know Brock Purdy got injured and all that. And that Eagles 49ers game, I haven't seen more calls go one team's way ever. There were a lot of calls in that. There's a lot of calls in that in the AFC side too, but the NFC especially. Dude, I saw some guy trying to hold, literally holding in front of the ref, and they called it on the 49ers and not the Eagles. Like, I don't know what happened that game, but they were on the Eagles side every time. I just
Yeah.
haven't seen anything like it.
It's sad because it's the biggest game of the year. And if you're not going to call, like, okay, so my big thing is if you're going to make a bad call it consistently. Or if you're going to miss a call, miss it consistently. You know, like I want it called both ways on both sides, and it doesn't seem like it's happening. To me, I'm not saying that the Chiefs and the refs are like this, but it almost seems like Pat Mahomes is starting to get the Tom Brady treatment.
Yeah, and literally on that play where he gets hit out of bounds or whatever, the guy you can literally clear it. The first thing you see on the left tackle is clearly holding Trey Hendrickson, and just nothing gets called. I mean, how blatant? Obviously, if you can see it on TV, how can the refs not see that? There's got to be something. They're probably looking at it. They're probably like shrugging it off though. It's just insane. I mean, that's a game deciding decision too. And then they called that on Mahomes. Burrow got literally laid out 2 seconds after he threw the ball, and he didn't get a rough in the passer call. So I just don't know. You got to be consistent. Exactly what you said. You got to be consistent with your calls.
I'm cool if you call that penalty and you call it the same way the opposite direction, you know. But like I said, if you're gonna miss blatant calls, um, there's been a lot of pictures circulating of hits on the opposing team quarterbacks that the Chiefs have played. Trevor Lawrence got nailed on one and it didn't get called. And then the following game, same thing. The quarterback's getting nailed, and then Pat Mahomes is barely getting touched and getting these roughing calls. Same thing that happened with Tom Brady. I mean, we can go all the way back to a very specific play where I feel like it kind of all started was the Grady Jarrett, Tom Brady, um, completely bogus roughing the passer call that lost the Falcons the game.
Which has ended up being a very important game at the end of things, because at the end, if you look at it, the records at the end of the day, if Falcons get one more win and they beat the Bucks, they're in the playoffs instead of the Bucks.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like I said, you can go all the way back to that call. And that's when I feel like I really noticed that the calls were not being consistent throughout the league. I understand with a mobile quarterback, they get a little less protection. Um, so, but like I said, you've got to call it consistently, no matter who it is.
And the Devontae Smith catch that wasn't even a catch. That is horrible review as well. New York should have been able to call them and tell them that it's an incomplete catch. I don't know
Mhm.
what's happening there. New York should have that would have screwed up the momentum for the Eagles as well. It was fourth down. I just don't get how you don't see it in replay. You could clearly see it on TV in the replay, and New York just doesn't want to say anything. It makes you question so many things, especially with all these ref problems, especially with that catch, especially with the roughing the
Mhm.
passers on Mahomes and Brady even.
Yeah. Speaking of Tom Brady, Uno, the greatest quarterback, and he's going to be the. I mean, granted, Mahomes to me is a very, very talented quarterback, but Tom Brady is going to go down as the best winner, um, one of the best leaders, the most prestigious quarterback of all time. There's no debate.
Yeah, and Mahomes is already going for a second, which is crazy at this
Yeah.
point.
And one thing that I'll commend Patrick Mahomes on. Granted, we all know the talent he has, but a lot of people were saying it was Tyreek Hill. A lot of people say it's Travis Kelsey. A lot of people say it's Andy Reid. You took you took Tyreek Hill out, and now they're triple teaming Travis Kelsey. It doesn't matter. Mahomes still finds a way to get his guys going, and he still finds a way to get Travis Kelsey the ball.
And he doesn't even he didn't even have a legitimate deep threat this year. Like, and he's still top of his division, top of the AFC seed, got the first round bye, won 2 playoff games, won one game, injured the whole game, and then won it again when the injury came back up in the AFC Championship game. I just don't know how he does it. And he even ran on it literally to set him up for the field goal to win the game. It's insane what he's played through these playoffs and how he's done it without Tyreek Hill. Big point right there.
Yeah. So now we've got our Super Bowl matchup: Mahomes versus Hurts, AJ Brown versus Travis Kelsey. You've got two. The Eagles' defense to me is top two, top three in the league for sure. Um, but a super high powering offense. It's not often you have a very good offense and a really good defense. The Chiefs, powerhouse on offense, decent on defense, but they're not, they're a normal defensive unit to me. But the Eagles have the best of both worlds, leads the NFL in sacks. And then you've got an offense that is clicking. I mean, Jalen Hurts just finds a way to make things happen.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting matchup because Mahomes' receivers are going to need to step up to the max because they got two good corners the Eagles do playing at an astounding level.
Mm-hmm.
Darius Slay, James Bradbury, they're playing so well. Even the secondary's played well, and CJ Gardner-Johnson, who they got from the Saints this year, which was a huge trade. And
Yeah.
he's playing at an outstanding level. That whole defense is, in particular, in the pass rush. I like Mahomes. Mahomes just needs to. Hopefully, he's healed and it doesn't pop up as an issue in Super Bowl because it's only 2 weeks. I don't think it's going to be fully healed when he goes into it, but he's going to be able to run on it, which is unfortunately good for him. I think. I don't know if this is going to be a low scoring game. I think this is going to be kind of a high scoring game. I think it's going to be the high scoring game of the year.
I agree. 100%. A lot of potential. This is Jalen Hurts overrated a slight bit. I think he's going to be very hard to judge. One thing I'll say about Philadelphia, obviously, he's got a very good supporting cast. He's got the best offensive line in football. He's got a very good secondary, very good defensive line, very good wide receivers, good tight ends. I mean, he's got a top 10 tight end in Dallas Goedert. He's got A.J. Brown. He's got Devonta Smith. He's got a lot of weapons. I mean, you can't ignore that. But, I mean, you got to also think they threw Gardner Minshew in there. And Gardner Minshew, granted, not a starter, whatever. But he couldn't win him a game. So it's not just the team. I mean, Jalen Hurts has to do something to win those games.
Yo, what's up, Dustin? You just started using Prizepicks? Bet. We got you. We're gonna be telling you our NFL season leaders on Prizepicks. You hit tonight $6 on 2-man play, made 18.
Hey, let's go.
Okay, good job, Dustin. I see you. Dang.
That's what you got to do. You just got to do this small 2-man, 3-mans. When I was trying to get my bankroll up, I was doing 3-man flex plays. So I would put $10. You hit all three, I think it's like 2.5 times your money, and if you hit just two, it's 1.5 or 1.75 times your money or something. And you just slowly start trying to get it up. I mean, it's easier to hit 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3 than it is to lose all. So
Yeah,
just gotta be patient.
I literally had 20 in the account and just kept bringing it up to 100 just doing pick twos. So if you can find the right pick twos and whatnot, find the best matchups, then you definitely can make it go up, and then you can place higher bets.
Yeah, I was gonna say I personally stay away from 6-mans until I've got enough, because to me, I'm not betting $5 on a 6-man. It just to hit all six and only get $100, $125. It's not, to me. That's not worth it. Like, it's almost like guaranteed losing your $5. But I'm cool with losing 40 for a chance to win 1,000. So that's kind of how I play it. I do. If I'm only gotten a couple dollars, I'm not doing a 6-man. I'm doing 2 3-mans, and if I'm doing a 3-man, I'm doing a flex instead of a power play.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh, we're talking about Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Mahomes. I see the Chiefs. I see Mahomes getting his second ring. I know that the Eagles' defense is really good, but but Purdy was hurt the whole game, so we couldn't even judge what would have happened. Honestly, what would have happened that game. But the San Francisco defense, but like it actually didn't get out of hand till like the fourth, but that was when they just kind of gave up. And the 49ers defense were getting consistent stops on Jalen Hurts and that offense. They tried to run on them and they couldn't for a little bit, and then they tied the game with Christian McCaffrey. So if the Chiefs defense plays as good as it has the whole playoffs, and it can do the same thing that San Francisco did, stop the run game of the Eagles, Jalen Hurts is gonna miss some passes, and that's where you're gonna be able to take.
Yeah.
That's where you're gonna be able to take the game over.
I completely agree. I trying to open up my browser. Sorry. I don't know. I have a hard time locking in an answer. I really thought throughout the whole season, whoever wins from the AFC was going to win it all. But I don't know. The Eagles just look so good at times. But I'm going Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. I think the Eagles, to me, I think they're a great team. They're properly built. But we'll see if Nick Sirianni can bring them home. We really will. You got to think, at the beginning of the season, we all had question marks about Jalen Hurts. They had 2 firsts coming in for next year, and you're like, well, they could move up and get a quarterback. But Jalen Hurts has proven that he can do it. And I'm going to go Chiefs here, though. I am going to go Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs here too. I just like what Patrick Mahomes and what he can do without a leg, and now that he's gonna have a full leg, 2 full legs to run on. Oh man, I don't care if it's the 49ers defense. Mahomes is gonna find a way.
Yeah.
I may have been changing that pick if the 49ers did.
No, see, I still would have went with Patrick Mahomes against the 49ers. I actually like the Eagles more than the 49ers.
No, I like the 49ers defense wise. I like the 49ers defense way better, but we just didn't really get to see anything because of injury. That really just screwed up that whole game, honestly.
I just have a feeling that a good defense is going to expose Brock Purdy, and not because Brock Purdy's bad, but because he's a rookie.
Yeah. And well, he's out for the whole year now, so we won't even get to see him next season.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately,
what's the status on Trey Lance?
He should be good by training camp.
Okay. Because Jimmy G's a free agent.
Yeah, and they already confirmed in the press conference. They asked him about Jimmy. He was like, "Yeah, no, Jimmy's not gonna be here anymore." So Jimmy G is going somewhere else, or
it's
being
kind of crazy that they didn't trade him. Well, I guess you can't on an injury.
Yeah,
but still. Anyway, all right. So got a lot of new followers over the past couple days from Prizepicks, actually. So if any of you guys are new, we've been doing very well betting on Prizepicks. And we're going to do a little segment today now that Prizepicks has officially added the NFL season for pass yards, rush yards, and receiving yards. We'll get to guess and bet on what we think these players will end with. A lot of big names are on the passing yards. A lot of big names are on the rushing yards. And a lot of big names are on the receiving yards. There's 12 receivers. There is 8 running backs. Actually, sorry, take that back. 6 running backs and 2 quarterbacks for rushing yards. Kind of odd that they don't have Lamar, but and then 8 quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. What's the one that stands out to me just very early, like is just Patrick Mahomes' passing yards, or even Josh Allen.
Yeah, I was gonna say Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is really
ridiculously low.
Yeah, 4,300 yards.
To be honest, has Kirk Cousins signed an extension?
No, not yet.
Isn't he? Is he under contract through 2023, or is he a free agent?
I think he's gonna be a free agent because they only signed him to a 1-year deal.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins contract.
Or was it a 2-year? I think there's a 1 or 2.
Oh, he is signed through 2023.
Okay.
He'll earn a base salary of $10 million and a roster bonus of $20 million, while carrying a cap hit of $36 million and a dead cap value of $48 million. So they can't cut him.
God dang.
Wow, I thought he only had 1 year left.
Yeah, I did too.
This season. Well, anyway, let's see. We've got Trevor Lawrence at 4,075. To me, is a little low. Granted, he barely hit the 4. Or he. How many did he have?
He had like 4,200.
I thought he was pretty close to 4,200. And here's my thing. Granted, we don't know if he's going to have Evan Ingram next year, but he's going to get Calvin Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
He had 4,113. So they're projecting him to go 40 yards less this year.
Okay.
Which I'm going over on him. I think he's only going to get better.
Yeah. I'm liking his over as well.
I'm liking Trevor, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes over at first glance.
Yeah. I'm liking those 3 as well. I think Justin Herbert's is a little high as well. It might be just a little high. But I could see him hitting the over, but right now...
Well, they possibly have an offensive coordinator now, so...
Yeah. And Joe Burrow, actually, you could potentially go on him as well. But
yeah, I'm not 100% sure about all that. My 3 locks would be Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
And I you could argue the Trevor Lawrence because he's only done it this season. But I think he hits a year 3 growth.
Hmm.
I think he's got potential to hit 4,500 yards with the addition of Calvin Ridley. Rush yards. Rush yards are so.
Rush is gonna be tough, but it is gonna be. Even Josh Allen for 600 rushing yards.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't love Derrick Henry at 1,300 because he's used so much. They're getting a new offensive coordinator. You have no. I mean, granted, they'd be stupid not to run the ball with Derrick Henry, but at the same time, you don't know. They could end up trying to move away from the Derrick Henry bulldozer 30 carries a game.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor at 1,300. Why is he projected higher than Derrick Henry?
I don't know. He's been injured. Oh, he hasn't had a good season like last year.
I don't hate.
If I'm looking at this, and if not, if Nick, I think Nick Chubb could go over 1,250. I kind of like that one the most out of any of these. And Najee, if he plays like himself next year, I think he's easily going to hit that more. Now. That is risky.
Because I think he's definitely capable of 1,050, but I don't like Matt Canada. I don't think they're going to run the ball enough, or they're going to run it too much, and it's not going to be very effective. All right, so receiving yards. Let's start from the bottom. Garrett Wilson, 1,075. I don't hate it for him. I think he's got the potential to be a 1,000-yard receiver, but who's throwing him the ball next year? Nobody knows.
No.
Will it be Zach Wilson? Will it be Mike White? Will it be
Jimmy
Aaron
G.
Rodgers? Will it be Jimmy G? Will it be Lamar Jackson? Will it be
Joe Flacco, old man Joe?
Geno Smith return? Will it be Tom Brady?
Oh, well, he could unretire at any moment.
He could.
He's already done it once.
Devonta Smith, I don't hate 1,100. It's risky.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It is risky because they have both Eagles receivers up there.
AJ Brown, 1,150. I would trust that a little bit more than Devonta Smith. DK Metcalf at 999.5. Do you think he hits 1K? I personally, I do.
Yep. I think he definitely can hit 1,000 receiving yards.
Amon-Ra, I don't hate him at 1,100. I hate betting on him though because he gets injured so much. Devonta Adams, 1,250. He hit 1,400 this year, right?
If he gets Aaron Rodgers, I like him. Oh yeah, and I like him regardless because. Oh well, now they have to worry about a quarterback.
Yeah, but if they go with Jarrett Stidham, they had a connection in his last game.
They did.
But I don't love it because of the quarterback situation.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb, 1,225. Oh, we can go back to Devontae if you're still thinking about that.
The only thing is they're gonna have to trade for a quarterback or at least pick one up. So it's gonna be, and it's right now it's likely looking towards Aaron Rodgers getting traded there because it seems like the Packers organization is done with Aaron Rodgers and they want to move on. So it's kind of pointing towards that direction.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason why you would take it over is if Aaron Rodgers is on Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah. Okay. CeeDee Lamb. They're going to be getting a new offensive coordinator. Question marks around Dak. I think they're going to grow with Dak, but I mean,
I don't think Dak's the guy. I mean, he's had his chance. I mean, I don't know if he can lead you all the way.
That's respectable and unrespectable of the Cowboys. The fact that they are willing to ride with their quarterback, they've done it all Tony Romo, not the greatest, but they rolled with him. Dak Prescott, not the greatest, but they're rolling with him. They have a very strong commitment to their quarterback, so I'll give them credit for that. But Jerry Jones, you got to be able to pull the trigger and go after somebody else if they're not working out for you.
Exactly. Jerry Jones gets too attached to his players. Like, I mean, I'd be attached too, but Dak is not a guy. CeeDee Lamb showed he can be the number one receiver.
Yeah.
It's just how well Dak plays, I guess, if you want to think about it. Because Dak's going to go to CeeDee Lamb. He's their number one.
Yep. So, CeeDee Lamb, I'd stay away from that. I personally will not go near that. Stephon Diggs, 1225.5. I don't hate it.
I mean, they had to say.
But he was very unhappy after that loss.
Oh, yeah. I think he stays on. He will probably stay, but...
Yeah, I don't think he goes anywhere, but I think...
He got 1,400 this year.
Yeah.
1,429.
Which is part of the reason I like Josh Allen's over.
Well, that might be a good combo, especially if you're... Now you're thinking about if they get injured as well. Like, but that's a good combo, Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. Because I think if Stephon Diggs has Josh Allen the whole year, I think he's gonna hit it over.
Yeah. Travis Kelce, 1125. I don't like to not go with Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I don't like to not. He has Patrick Mahomes. He got 1,300 this year. The only thing is, he is a tight end, which, if they end up getting a number one wide receiver or a rookie receiver, it might play into some of his yards, but he's still going to be their number one. So,
true.
They know what they're doing when they put out those picks. They know what yardage.
I know. That's the hard part. But I'd probably stay away from Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
That's just a little too high, but it's also not low enough for me to go. It's not low enough for me to go over, and it's not high enough for me to go under. Which, I mean, that's the whole point of Prizepicks. You know, they're not trying to make it easy. All right, Jamar Chase, insanely high. Well, not insanely high, but he's got 1,250 for his season receiving yards. Last year he had 1,046, so 200 higher. Yeah. But he was hurt a little bit. He took some time off. He only played in. This isn't telling me how many games he played in. He played in 12. He missed 5 games. 5 games. He'd easily get 200 yards in 5 games. You know. So if he stays healthy, that's a lock. But we're not betting on people to be healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, and granted, I guess we kind of are because.
Because we have to hope Josh Allen stays healthy the whole year.
Yeah.
Which is.
I'm gonna go Jamar Chase on that ticket. Actually.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
You like him?
So I got 5 picks, but we're still not done. We got 2 more receivers.
All right. Tyreek Hill. Has a good. Yeah. Here's the thing. I like Tyreek Hill. He got 1,700 yards here. I like him a lot. I like him a lot to go over 12.75. A lot. The thing is, Tua, is he going to play the same he did this year? Is he going to get injured again and decide he wants to retire? Then they're in a whole quarterback situation. That's the only thing to think about if you want to take Tyreek's over.
Yeah. Which I don't care where Tyreek's playing. I personally think he's going to play very well regardless.
Yeah.
But there's another player that we have not named yet, and he's the last one remaining on this wide receivers.
Jay Jettas.
It's Justin Jefferson, the Jet, the Grittier, the JJ, the future receiving yards leader, MVP conversation, wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, Justin the Jet Jefferson. 1450. He got 1,809 receiving yards last year. This is 400, almost 400. It's 341 under. I'm going over. I wish you could bet how much over he would go, because I would easily say over 200 more yards.
Yeah, I think Justin Jefferson is definitely a lock. He's the best wide receiver in the NFL. There's no reason he shouldn't go over.
All right. So if we were doing our locks, we'll start from the bottom of the ticket down. I mean, up.
Oh, yeah, I'll click them. Just name them, I'll click them.
Justin Jefferson had 1,450.5 more. 100% more is a complete lock on this ticket. If I had to bet my life on any of these, that's the one I bet on. Number 2, Jamar Chase. 1,250. He almost hit that, missing 5 games. No matter what, if he's healthy, Joe Burrow is throwing him the football. Sure. Stephon Diggs. We're pairing him with Josh Allen. Then we've got the real GOAT of the NFL currently, now that Patrick Mahomes is gone. I mean, now that Tom Brady's gone, Patrick Mahomes is the new GOAT. And then for our final leg, Patrick Mahomes. And then for our final leg of the 2023 PI Podcast season locks, we've got the real baby GOAT, Trevor Lawrence, over 4,075.5 yards.
If you want to do 6, I'd put Josh Allen in there.
Yep. Josh Allen's 100% of my ticket. What plays you got going on right now?
Plays? Oh, right. I got 3 out of 6 and some college guys are going. If those 3 college guys hit, I hit a pick 6.
I didn't put anything out today.
Yeah,
I took a little bit of a breather.
I did a pick 2, which was Anthony Edwards over a block shot, and then Precious over 23 PR. Precious sucked today and sold. He usually gets 18 points a game, but he sold today and get it. But Anthony Edwards got a block shot. So, I mean, it is what it is. I didn't get anything. And then I did a pick 6. Yeah. I did a pick 6 that's going on right now. And right now, I don't know how I feel about it. Cry. But I got 3 out of 6, so at least if 2 of those, I get double my money.
We got a subscriber tonight, 171 subscribers.
Okay. Appreciate whoever subscribed. Welcome to the PI Podcast.
We're going to be doing this more often. We just got to get back to it. That's it. That's all we can say about it.
Yes, sir. You got to keep on keeping on. So if you guys didn't see it, Justin, we have 6 players. Justin Jefferson's a lock going over receiving yards. Our lock. Jamar Chase over receiving yards. Stephon Diggs over receiving yards. Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in the NFL, over passing yards. Trevor Lawrence over passing yards. He's just gonna have a better season. And Josh Allen over passing yards if you want a 6th man. 5 or 6, whatever you guys want to pick. That's 6 we know are gonna definitely hit. And we're gonna come back to the stream next year, and hopefully we'll probably be right.
You already know.
Alright.
Are we gonna be doing baseball?
Baseball.
Yeah,
You want to do baseball?
maybe.
Okay. Well, baseball season's about to start, right? Or did it already start?
Maybe some WNBA.
Maybe. Maybe even some COD.
Ooh,
Sure.
I need to play some COD eventually.
I don't see WNBA on here.
Oh, WNBA is not playing right now.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, but they have people who aren't even started yet too. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
The Super Bowl is coming up. Make sure if you haven't used, they have a special promo. Mahomes over a passing yard, over half a passing yard. That's a lock. I mean, I don't know how clear it could be. You have to take that if you haven't already. If you want to go big, I'd say do it. If you want money guaranteed, I'd go 2-man and put Patrick Mahomes on one. Put 20 on it if you wanted guaranteed money. But I know a lot of people.
Personally, I'm probably gonna do a 3-leg with it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are gonna do a 6-man with it just because it's a free square. But
See, that's
you should do a 2 or 3.
It is nice to get the one free square on a 6-man, so you're really doing a 5-man, but still.
Yes, it's so
It's hard
hard
to
to
hit a
hit
5-man.
6-man. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did. I can go over it again, though. Pure.
Yeah,
We'll go over it. We'll go over it again real quick.
We'll kind of discuss why we picked them and why we didn't pick others.
Alrighty, so for the PI podcast, our locks for the NFL season leaders, we went Justin Jefferson, more on his receiving yards. He's the best wide receiver in the NFL right now. He's definitely going to hit it. Barring the worst season-ending injury I could ever see, he's gonna hit it.
He had 400 yards more to end the season, and they're not going to change anything. They're just going to keep doing what they're doing, and they're going to improve their defense. So they should get even more opportunities to throw him the ball. Justin Jefferson, to me, is the lock on the ticket.
Yeah, that's the best receiver in the NFL. You can't not bet over him. Second up, we got that boy. Joe Shiesty's number 1 receiver. Joe Burr, number 1 receiver.
Joe Burr.
Jamar Chase.
This one, obviously, he's got a little bit of an issue. We don't know for sure about staying healthy. But if you're going to bet on somebody who, to end the season, Jamar Chase had 1,046 yards and only played in 12 games.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he plays in 15 games, even 14, he's got a legit chance to smack this.
Yeah, definitely Pure. It should hit easily.
Granted, you hate to kind of gamble on the health factor, but everybody's got a chance to get hurt all the time. You know, some of these other guys on the ticket, Tyreek Hill, question mark at quarterback. Who knows how long Tua is going to play? He could possibly get hit one more time and be not allowed to play again. CeeDee Lamb, they're going to be getting a new offensive coordinator. Travis Kelce, to me, he's one that I would love to do, but it's a little too high for me, and it's a little too low at the same time. Like, he's too high to go under, or he's too high to go over, and he's too low to go under.
Yeah, Kelsey's averaging like around this range. So that's kind of all the questions right now. Like, that's for a lock. If he's getting around this range, then it's gonna be hard, especially if he misses like 4 or 5 games next year.
He did finish the season with 1338, But you also don't know what the Chiefs are going to do after the Super Bowl at wide receiver core. You know, they could get exposed in the Super Bowl to where they're like, oh, we need to get a deep threat again. And then Travis Kelce's not going to get as many targets. Pick number 3, Stephon Diggs.
Diggies.
I think he's going to play out of his mind. He's got to. Because he's won the Super Bowl bad. And if he doesn't get one this year, he's going to shell out so that way he can go wherever he wants, make whatever kind of money he wants, do whatever. Because he will probably demand a trade if they do not make the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah, Diggs is going to definitely beat his receiving yards. Josh Allen, that offense, they throw a lot, and he's their main receiver. He's going to get his yards, and he should hit his yards just like these other receivers.
That's the only reason I'm not going with Garrett, because of the quarterback situation. You don't know. We were talking about it. Zach Wilson could be the quarterback. Mike White could be the quarterback. Jimmy G could be the quarterback. Aaron Rodgers could be the quarterback. I mean, there's so many different options.
A little biased, but if Drake London was up there, I'd go with Silver.
Well, it depends. Because to me, the Falcons are always going to be a run team. Yeah. I would stay away from any.
Algier could go over.
I would do over on Algier for sure.
Nah, but I think if Ritter's their starting quarterback the whole next season, London probably will go over. He just has way better rapport than Mariota, and even could to him.
Yeah. All right, pick number 4.
Yes, sir. Greatest quarterback
Josh Allen
in the NFL. Okay. Oh, okay. Whoa.
Well, I mean, I'm going a little out of order.
Yeah, it's okay.
Josh Allen. If Stephon Diggs is going to hit his 1225, Josh Allen is going to hit his 4,375.
One thing
I think they've got to get away. They got to get away from running the football with Josh Allen. They have to.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get killed. One thing I want to say about the Bills, I'm disappointed in the Buffalo Bills. I'm disappointed in how they played against the Cincinnati Bengals, because that was supposed to be a game they needed to win to prove that they were supposed to be the team that everyone thought they were this year. And they completely laid the bag because the defense and the offense stuttered.
Yeah.
With that over under rush yards.
That's the tough part, because you don't know if they're going to get away from that or not. If they get away from that, it's going to be a silly prop. But if he continues to be their leading rusher, it's an easy over.
Why it's a coin flip is because his prop for rushing yards, Josh Allen's, is at 700. It's at 600. Okay, he got 700 this year, like barely over 700. That's why it's a coin flip, because you never know if they're like basically what Ian said. They're gonna run him a lot, or he's gonna get injured by running, and they go away from running with him.
I also have a very hard time betting on rushing props for the season, because obviously when you're betting on rushing props, the chance of getting hurt is just insane. Which is why I stayed away from Derrick Henry, stayed away from Najee, stayed away from to me, Jonathan Taylor's an under for me. If I was to do a rushing prop, that's the one I would pick. I would pick Jonathan Taylor under. But that's only because it's looking like Saturday is going to be the head coach there. And
we'll God. See, I hope not.
Well, I don't know about all that. But anyway, Josh Allen is the 4th lock on this. Number 5, I think if he's not on everybody's tickets, Patrick Mahomes over 4,800. He's going to be in the front runner for MVP for years to come, barring any injuries. He's going to throw for 5,000 yards a year. He did it this year with only Travis Kelce. Granted, he had a little bit more of a rushing game, but the fact that they had a rushing game this year and he still threw for over 5,000, give me his over at 4,800.
Patrick Mahomes is a lock. I just don't. I don't see him throwing for less than 4,800 yards next year.
Yeah, probably for the rest of his career, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then finally, the last leg of the 6-man is going to future Super Bowl MVP of the 2024 season, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
Look, I don't really understand why his prop's so low. I do understand he's a sophomore, kind of betting on the fact that you don't want him to slump it at all. But here's the thing. Trevor Lawrence is going to go into next season with a full year under Doug Peterson. There is no learning the system. There is no. You got to think his interceptions came in the first 9 weeks of football. He had like 2 interceptions after week 9, I think. I think it was 2, maybe even 1. It was like 2 or 3 interceptions after week 9. He's not going to throw those 8 interceptions he threw in the first 5 weeks. He's not going to do that next year. You add that to the already stacked receiving core, and it was called overpaid, but you've got Christian Kirk, who is now going to be a legit slot threat instead of being moved around. Zay Jones, who is going to be a wide receiver 3 instead of a wide receiver 2. And then you have Calvin Ridley coming off suspension. And in my opinion, I think they're going to re-sign Evan Ingram, but if they don't, they're going to get the best tight end in football. Well, maybe the second best in the college football draft because they're picking 24. I got a feeling there can be some quarterback. That kid from Notre Dame, I think, has a really good chance of going in the top 20. But I think the Jaguars are going to go tight end at pick 24 if they don't re-sign Evan Ingram.
Trevor Lawrence is improving every year, and if he's looking just as good as he did this year, he's definitely going over. And the fact that he has Calvin Ridley and a deep threat now, if Calvin Ridley goes over 1,000 receiving yards, he's definitely hitting 4,000 passing yards. That's just a lock, guaranteed. So, say what you want to Trevor Lawrence, he's going to get better. And he already looks amazing this year, so there's no way he doesn't go over 4,000 yards.
And I'm really curious what we do in the offseason. I think our next episode, we should probably talk Jaguars-Falcons off-seasons. Maybe after the Super Bowl, we'll do the Super Bowl and stuff, all that. But definitely do an episode where we talk about our respective teams and what we need to do in the draft, what we expect to do in the draft, and what you hope we do in the draft. Because we both have very strong opinions about who we should draft, what we should draft. I think for us is secondary and D-line. I think we got exposed. Travis Kelce caught 14 catches. That's the most ever given to a tight end. And granted, I get it. Travis Kelce's going to get his. But 14 catches to one guy, why are you not putting 4 people on him? Like, why are you not quadruple teaming him? Why do you not have somebody man on him and leave somebody else on? Leave literally Valdez Scantling didn't catch the ball once. Take a guy off of him. Like, I don't know. It just needs some help at secondary, needs some help at the D-line because also Patrick Mahomes was on one leg and you didn't sack him.
Yeah, that's... no. If a quarterback's injured that bad and you can't get any pressure, you know it's going to be a lot.
Yeah.
Regardless
and
what
then
team
we still need a little help on our offensive line. I think our players played pretty good, but Cam Robinson went down. Jonathan Taylor on the right tackle spot, or not Jonathan Taylor, sorry, Jawan Taylor on the right tackle. He's due for a contract, and he played very well this year, but if you're going to pay Evan Ingram, not 100% sure how you pay Jawan Taylor. So we'll see. I think our center played very good this year, though. Really looking forward to Luke Fortner and his progression. And also really excited about Travis Etienne. but I wouldn't take his over on rushing because Doug Peterson doesn't love to run the ball. So he could hit that 1175. But like I said, I'm not betting on Doug Peterson to run the football.
Okay.
Oh my god, dude.
I don't know. I don't know how it felt. It just fell. It just fell.
What are all these rumors about T. Higgins?
Oh yeah, there's rumors that if he asks for too much, then he's gonna get traded or released.
He's got one more year on his contract, right? Or is he done?
I think. No, I think he might have one more year, but I think he might. Gotta check.
Pure, yes, I'm a Jaguars fan, huge Jaguars fan. Me and Pratesh went to the Charger Jaguars game, playoff game. It was insane. It was greatest experience of my life. I've been a Jags fan for a really long time, but recently, probably the last 6 or 7 years, I've really gotten into it. Obviously, the older I get, the more I learn, the more I like to watch and stuff like that.
If you
And then
need,
Pratesh is a Falcons fan.
yeah, I'm a big Falcon fan ever since I started watching football, probably 2011, 2012 ish.
Oh yeah, the Clemson boys. Yeah, ETN. Yeah, I so badly wanted us to go after T. Higgins actually, um, because I was watching some highlights from Trevor and T. Higgins and Clemson. They had a connection, but I'm happy where we are currently.
Yeah, T. Higgins, he's signed till 2020, signed till 2023. Yeah, so
Oh, so he's got one more year left.
No, yeah, he's got one more year left. He's gonna be a free agent next year, but they're trying to get a contract extension with him, and if you ask for too much, they might get rid of him. Here, one more time, I'll show you guys Justin Jefferson, more receiving yards. These are our locks for the NFL season. When you make your slip, these are the 6 you want to pick. If you don't want 6, there's 5 there for you. Justin Jefferson, more receiving yards. Jamar Chase, more receiving yards. Diggs, more receiving yards. Josh Allen, more passing yards. Patrick Mahomes, more passing yards. And Trevor Lawrence, more passing. Yeah, they're good. They should, if you have plenty of time to do this. They might up it in a few months, maybe. I don't know. And they're gonna add more. I'm pretty sure they should add some more. From maybe even add defense, possibly. I don't know. Maybe even tackles or something. I'm not sure if they did that last year or not. But I know they're gonna have a lot more players, so if you guys would like to wait for that, you can wait for that. Or you have these 6 slots right here.
All right, and then let's look at the quarterbacks that are that are free agents this year.
Oh yeah, dude, definitely pure. Justin Ross could help Patrick Mahomes even more next year. He could potentially be the deep threat for Chiefs that they didn't have this year.
I agree. I think that was a very underrated pickup. Now, granted, a lot of teams have passed on him, so who knows? He might not be that good, but he's a speed threat. He's going to be fast.
What did you want to look
at?
at?
All right, we'll start the free agents for the quarterback position. I got it pulled up here, all the quarterbacks. I mean, there's a bunch. I'll just do the notable names. Some are restricted free agents and some are unrestricted, but I'm not going to dive too deep into that. But Gardner Minshew, Tyler Huntley.
Okay.
Let's see, Lamar Jackson, Taylor Heineke.
Okay.
Mike White. Andy Dalton. Joe Flacco. Geno Smith.
Ooh.
Jacoby Brissett. This one's kind of interesting to me too. Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
Case Keenum. Daniel Jones. Teddy Bridgewater. Jimmy Garoppolo, Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, and Tom Brady, but he retired.
Yeah.
So obviously a lot of mid quarterbacks. Nobody really like bizarre other than Lamar. And to be honest, Gino, I'll throw Gino. I'm not saying he's elite, but he's definitely starter material. Baker Mayfield, borderline. Sam Darnold, borderline in my opinion. And Jimmy G, borderline. And Daniel Jones is a starter in my opinion.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is going to be more interesting ones if the Giants don't sign it back. But there's heavy belief that he's gonna sign back with the Giants. And why not?
It's crazy,
another year with Brian Dibble, with how amazing of a year he had.
Tyler Huntley is 25.
I don't know how.
Super young.
Before you go into that, I do not know how Tyler Huntley made the Pro Bowl as a backup, as a backup selection, because he got outplayed by rookie quarterbacks in back-to-back weeks, and he was there. There could have been multiple other guys that you could have put in the AFC.
That's true.
I just don't I don't know how he made the Pro Bowl. I just don't understand.
Let's see.
It's
AFC.
kind of crazy.
Mac Jones wasn't good. Zach Wilson, Mike White, Joe Flacco, none of them were good. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen was already selected, but yeah, he was already selected, but he didn't sign up.
Tua, Dolphins.
Tua was selected. He didn't come there. Yeah.
All right, so now you got AFC North. Let's see, Joe Burrow.
He got selected, didn't come though.
Deshaun Watson.
Didn't get picked.
Kenny Pickett.
Didn't get picked.
Tyler.
You know, honestly, I would have taken Kenny Pickett over Tyler Huntley for the Pro Bowl.
Okay, AFC West. Derek Carr, I've seen him there. Russell Wilson. Justin Herbert.
Yeah, I'd take Herbert there.
Mahomes.
I'd take Herbert there.
He probably declined it.
Herbert probably declined, yeah. Oh, no, yeah.
All right, in AFC South, Trevor Lawrence was an alternate. Well, I say an alternate. He got in because Patrick Mahomes didn't, so he was the fourth guy, basically.
Yeah.
Crazy that Tyler Huntley beat out Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that's weird. I think they just gave it to him.
And then obviously the rest of the AFC South isn't really even worth mentioning.
Yeah.
With Davis Mills and who else? They played somebody else throughout the season.
Oh yeah, no, the what's this? He's a veteran.
And then Sam Ellinger, Nick Foles, and Matt Ryan.
No, they weren't.
And then Ryan Tannehill, Joshua Dobbs, and Malik Willis.
Yeah.
So Tyler Huntley, I mean, other than maybe Kenny Pickett, but Kenny Pickett messed himself up by not starting off the season very well.
Mm-hmm.
He got in a groove at the end there, but
yeah, he did.
But
he's had more playing time than Tyler Huntley. Like Tyler Huntley,
I agree. To me, Kenny Pickett probably should have went in just because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, Lamar played up until like week 13 or something.
Yeah.
But it's also voted on. If you got a bigger fan base, I guess that kind of helps you out. But
yeah, well, the Pro Bowl voting is biased, anyways. A lot of casual fans.
Yeah.
Especially when they.
I would imagine that Steeler fans probably do not care at all about the Pro Bowl, and they just want to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But, anyways, guys, that's our picks.
Yeah, those were our picks for the NFL season leaders for Prizepicks.
I'm put a hundo on that.
Yeah, or 200, 300 maybe.
Yeah, I think
if you're betting on this, you're gonna put the most money on it because this is the one that you have to put more money on it. There's no reason to put $5 on it. If you're putting $5 on it, why are you even betting on this? Like,
yeah,
you have to wait a whole season just to get $100. Like, no,
yeah,
that's not worth it. Well, yeah, okay. Let's get back to that camera. All right, but yeah, appreciate you guys for stopping by the podcast. Pure, Dustin, thank you guys for stopping by. Uno, Alan, appreciate you guys. Tyler as well. Thank you guys so much for watching the podcast. We will be back again. We're starting up again. NFL season is about to be over, so you will get back to videos and stuff like that. So it's gonna be just like last year. So Get ready for that.
We're gonna go hard.
Yes, sir. So thank you guys for watching. Any last words, Ian?
Are you killing me?
No.
All right, yeah, no, I don't have any more words, but really excited for the Super Bowl. Really excited to watch it. I'll probably be cheering the Eagles, actually.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going for Chiefs. Ever since I've seen like the Eagles fan base, I just had left the sour taste in my mouth.
That's
Not
true.
anymore. No offense to the Eagles. All right. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Thank you for watching the PI Podcast. Make sure you subscribe and tune in next time so you don't miss the latest news in the NFL world. You can also follow us on TikTok at PIPodcast and on Twitter at PIPodcasters. Until next time.